Today we're going to be doing a full face of only using E.L.F cosmetics. Now if you're familiar with this brand, you know that they are known for their affordability. They're 100% vegan and they are known for having lots of good dupes for those expensive brands, but more on that later. Let's just get started and let's get my face done. I definitely started with the moisturizer. This stuff is awesome. I like to apply it early on right after I shower. That way my pores are open and so I can really get in there and moisturize. One thing about this, the Holy Hydration, it has hyaluronic acid, peptides, and niacinamide. And it also has SPF, and so it does go on a little bit white, so you really have to rub it in, but I think it's worth it for the price. Now everything today with E.L.F Cosmetics is under $10, which sounds crazy, but also amazing for their reputation and just how great their products are. So we're gonna move on to the Power Grip Primer. Now this is a dupe for the Milk Primer. Brand new. And the Milk Primer goes for $38 and this is gonna cost you a whopping $7. Now the bottle is a little bit small. It is not even 1 ounce. Okay, let's see how good this stuff is and just how much a little will last. So I did 1 full pump. My moisturizer is completely dried. Feels great. Have you ever seen those TikToks where people put this E.L.F primer on and they literally stick the thing to your face? Well, they must apply a lot because this is not sticking. Oh. Okay, well, you get the idea. And so it goes on really smooth. It dries really fast, which is really nice because if you like to get ready in a hurry, you know, like some of us do, then it's actually perfect. So it's already dried. I do have a mirror on the side as usual. If you've been following along with this series, I'm having so much fun finding new brands. Now surprisingly, I've never used anything in E.L.F before except for a brush, but we'll get to that later. Next, we're gonna be going in with a foundation. I got 2 of the Soft Glam Satin Foundations. Now I did get all my products at Target, so I went in person, I matched everything, but they have so many color options. I was almost overwhelmed, but also like their options were just amazing. And these cost a whopping $10. Not whopping, I should say an amazing $10. I'm just not sure. I'm a little bit extra tan right now just because we were on vacation and so I just wasn't sure. So I'm gonna start with the lighter color. So I'm going in with the medium warm just because I'm not sure how pigmented or heavy it's gonna be. It is a soft glam and so you just never know. So do a little on each side. It's not heavy, but it's not as silky as some foundations. You really can't complain for $10. And so I'm always looking for affordable makeup products that I can wear every day without feeling guilty for applying a $40 or $50 foundation. I'm always open to trying new things. I actually think I really like this color. What do you think? I'm glad I went with the lighter color. Okay. So I'll let that dry just for a second. I want to say there was a heavier foundation, but that's not really what I'm looking for. But maybe if you know that it works, let me know in the comments because that can always be like for a different occasion, a nicer occasion. But anyways, okay, so now that the foundation has kind of settled in, I'm gonna go in with some concealer. Now I went with a 16-hour camo concealer, and like I said, there were so many color options. And so the concealer is kind of hard for me because I feel like I kind of have olive colored skin. And so you never know what you're gonna get. This feels a little bit light. I did go with the color Medium Sand. And on the bright side, this is supposed to be a Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which runs for $32. And this bottle seems a little bit small, but if it works, I'm okay with $7. Ooh, okay. I like my eyes maybe a little brighter than some people would normally go in, but I also feel like I have really dark under eyes, and so I really just want that coverage to really brighten my eyes. And so I should have loved this one unmarked, but if you can already see the difference on this side versus this side, just in the brightness and really just taking away that dark under eye. I have used so many creams and so many different methods. I've done PRP, facials, chemical peels, everything to try to lighten my eyes. And so when I say that they used to be much darker, we've come a long way, ladies and gentlemen. I love that color. So that turned out really good. There are a lot of lights in this room, and so it might be overbearing and you might not really get the full. It does exactly what I need a concealer to do. Let's move on. So I got the No Budge shadow stick in the perfect pearl color. Just really pretty, really neutral. I thought it'd be pretty with my cream colored shirt today. So I'll be honest, I've never used a shadow stick, so we're gonna try something new today. So this is what it looks like. If you've also never used one, it literally looks like a crayon. I'm just gonna go over. Do you see anything? Oh yeah. Okay. So because it's so light, you do kind of have to shade it in. It just feels funny, like I'm literally drawing on my eyelid. And because it's like a crayon, it feels a little like moist. So it's a little different. But if you do use liquid eyeshadow, which I have never been just into that, even though the idea is wonderful with, you know, you prevent the droppings and all that good stuff. So that is a perfect everyday beautiful neutral color with a little bit of shimmer. That is right up my alley. Let's just even these eyes out. So I'm gonna go in with that eyeshadow brush, smear it just a little bit. I feel like, I don't know why when I'm doing my eyeshadow, I have to move fast. Like what happens if I just move slow? So let's go in with some setting spray now that I have the foundation and the concealer dried. And so I went with the Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. E.L.F has amazing options in what you're looking for. Like they have for day, for night, for dewy, for matte, for shiny, for sparkly. Like I was impressed. Like I said, I've never used an E.L.F makeup product. And so I went in not knowing what I was gonna get. They also had a couple of setting sprays. This one was at the top, and so I don't know if that means that more people purchase it, but it also matches the Power Grip primer that I got, so I felt like it was the perfect one. Anyways, I'm gonna go in and spray in between my layers just to kind of help set it. Now, if you know, you know, I am big on the smell test. This smells so clean, so fresh, not crazy fragrance, just the right amount. Now let's go in with the Camo Liquid Bronzer and Contour, which I appreciate. You know, the less layers, the less confusion, the better. And so I went with the medium color, number 5. Although I mentioned they are vegan and cruelty-free, they are also considered clean products. So that's a win right there. So we have this cute little bottle. Again, these products are all under $10. I'm pretty sure this one was also $7. And so you really cannot beat the price. Okay, this color looks a little dark. Let's see if I can just blend it really well. This also warns you that it is high pigment, which I appreciate because you never know when you're buying liquid stuff. So I'm gonna start with very little because you know you can always add more, but you cannot take away. Perfect. That color is exactly what I love. Adds just amount of contour and shadow. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Now I'm just gonna go in and shape my forehead just a tiny bit. I think I've talked about this before, but I only go about like the corners of my forehead just to add some color because my forehead is so little. I don't want to go above and really like shadow my forehead down. I do like to go in my bone, just to kind of add a little bit more shadowing, add some color to my face. Next, we're gonna go in with the Camo Liquid Blush. Now, like I continue saying, there were so many options. There were probably 3 or 4 blush options, if I'm remembering correctly. But because I went with the Camo Liquid, I felt it was right to go with the Camo Liquid Blush as well. Also high pigment, I went with the Cheeky Lychee. First of all, this color is literally what I choose in every blush, but that name is so cute. This is a dupe for the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Blush, which runs at $23. And if you happen to be following me on this series, you know that the She Glam blush was also a Rare Beauty blush dupe. So I'm gonna have to compare all these 3 in one sitting and really see who wins. So cute, so fun. Love this color. Ooh, that that came out a little bit brighter. Okay, that high pigment, remember, like Selena Gomez says, 1 dot and you can always add more, but you can't take away. Now, when I mentioned earlier, the only thing I have from E.L.F. is the brush, and it is actually the E.L.F. brush. I got the angled blush brush. Let's hope this blends really well. This has been the best blush brush I've ever owned, and I bought this months ago while I was scrambling buying things in Target, trying to get out as fast as I could. And I just happened to stumble in the makeup department and I found this blush. Blush. So it's very pigmented. The 1 dot definitely goes a long way. It's beautiful. It blends very well. Well, this side is a little bit difficult. But we can always lighten it with some setting powder, so we might have to do that. Look at the difference. I'm loving the right side, but this left side is a little much. Okay, I look like a clown on my left. Okay, we'll fix this. No one panic. Let me go in with the Perfect Finish HD powder. So I go with the translucent just because wearing full foundation, I just don't want to add any more color. So I always go with the, it's supposed to be translucent, but this is straight white. So I'm going to go with a sponge for my eyes, like so. I'm going to go and set under the eyes. Okay, that's literally adding white to my face. I'm not a fan. You guys, I look like a cherry red under-eyed ghost. Why is it so white? Oh, no, that really lightened my eye. Really brought the white out. You gotta finish what we start, so let's keep going. I was really happy with all the product choices until I hit this one. I have tried so many translucent powders. I need to know, what is everyone using? What is your favorite? Would you say don't even use it? I didn't always use it. I started a couple years ago when I didn't want to wear full coverage foundation with a compact and everything. And the one I use every day, or almost every day, is just unbeatable. So we gotta fix this cheek. So we're gonna go with the big fluffy brush. I'm gonna get some on there, and I'm gonna dab and lighten the cheek. Okay, it's pretty. It's just really pigmented. I just don't like my blush that colored. Like this side is very calm and nude, like natural. This side is just bright. Okay. Much better. You see the difference. Okay, let's talk about this powder really quickly. Not my favorite, but when I finally did the whole face, it really evened it out. I think in photos, I might be just a little bit too white, and I think it's gonna take away a lot of the color. Now, it's supposed to be like that HD finish, which I'm pretty sure means you're supposed to look like more, like almost AI, like it's supposed to smooth out your skin for photos. but I just feel like it really took away a lot of my color. I'm not the biggest fan. Let's spray some more setting spray. And then we will move on. Next we have the No Budge retractable eyeliner. Now I love a good black eyeliner. I love the retractable eyeliners. I think they just make life so easy instead of having to sharpen. So I'm super excited to try this out. My favorite eyeliner of all times is a drugstore brand, and I've been really having a hard time replacing it, but if this one wins, it'll be easy to replace. One thing I wanted to say was I've stopped wearing eyeliner on the bottom of my eye, and I feel like it's making me look so much cleaner, but also with still really black eyes like I like. So we're just gonna do the top eyeliner and lots of mascara on the bottom. That goes on so smooth, so easy to apply. I don't feel like it's messy at all. There's like no smudge, no leak, nothing. Right off the bat, 10 out of 10. Love. I think I just replaced my eyeliner. This makes me really happy. Okay, so now we're gonna do some mascara. I'm still giving my lashes a break, but I miss my lashes. So I think for a baby shower I have this week, I'm gonna be wearing lashes for the first time in a long time. My lashes are done. I'm done giving them a break. I gave my lashes the break they needed, and so it's time to go back. But they just make you look so much more awake, especially like when I'm recording or when I go to special events and I'm in all these photos. Like, you need big eyes, in my opinion. Okay, so I went with the Dramatic Length mascara. They call it the Lash Extender Mascara. Now, just to be very clear, I was standing in this aisle trying to decide what mascara to buy, and I literally was standing there staring at the mascara, and some girl walks by as fast as she could. She grabs 2 of these mascaras, runs out, like she knew what she was getting. So what did I do? I got the mascara that the girl grabbed. She seemed very confident, so I'm hoping that that was just my sign that this is gonna be a good one. So like my eyeliner, the mascara I've been using for many, many years is also a drugstore brand. So if I can replace this one as well, that'd be pretty nice. So I always get messy with my mascara. So hopefully the eyeshadow stick can stand to be cleaned up and retouched, but we'll see. Right off the bat, I like the brush. It's very microscopic. If you know, you know. So let's just apply this mascara. So I just want to show you the difference in mascara on my eyes. So one thing that I definitely forgot to mention was I normally buy the blackest black mascara. In this brand, they only had black. And so I don't know if it's me just not used to my eyes. You know, I'm used to them being darker, but I will say this mascara does not clump at all. It is so nice. It went on so smooth. It did make my lashes just look really natural, which I really liked. Just not as black. And so that's like a give or take. But so far, this mascara is very nice, 10 out of 10. The price point is obviously 10 out of 10. Like, you can't beat the price. But this is a great mascara to have in your makeup bag. So one thing I will note is I normally make a disaster on my eyelids with mascara, and somehow, some way, there is literally not a drop on my eyelid, and I don't know if it's me or if it's the product. But let's move on. So next I got the Clear Brow and Lash Mascara, which I thought was really interesting name because at first I thought it was trying to tell me it was mascara, and then I realized it's just calling it lash mascara. Now, of course, there were many pencil brows, everything in color, but as you can see, my eyebrows are already extremely dark. So I just like to comb them down. It's an interesting little device. I just like to comb them down and keep them in place. That's really nice. Last but not least, let's do my favorite part of makeup, and that is a good lip combo. Here is what I went with today. As you know, it literally looks like my usual, my everyday. I am that girl that is wearing lips with no makeup and a hat. Like, I love just wearing lip product. I don't know why. Okay, so I went with the Cream Glide Lip Liner Truth or Babe Peachy Pink. Now, I'm a little odd. I picked my colors backwards. I pick my lip gloss first, and then I go and find an eyeliner. I don't know what order you're buying yours in, but that is what I'm going with. Then I went with the Sun Boss Gloss. Now, I specifically went with this one when there was a million options, when there's that lip oil that's a famous dupe, but this one has SPF in the lip gloss, and you can't be protecting your lips and keeping them moisturized and protected from that sun. So let's do this combo. So pretty. And see how it turns out. It's definitely a little peachy, but it's very pretty. It glides on super well. I normally like the retractable lip liners just like the eyeliners, but this color caught my eye, so I went with this one. I just don't think I'll ever sharpen it, to be honest. This color is a little bit hard because my lips are kind of naturally already pink tinted, and so it outlines really well if I outline a little bit over. Even the color alone is so pretty, and it's so smooth and silky on the lip, you can't beat it. So now let's go in with that beautiful gloss, Pink Me Girl. All right, so I always say love pink. There's no denying it. That combo is perfect. This smells like a daiquiri. That is so pretty. Love, love, love. Not too sticky. Maybe a tiny bit, but nothing that's like annoying or uncomfortable. So pretty. Love. I'm in love. Well, let's put down that hair, but first we're gonna put these gorgeous new earrings that I'm dying to wear with this top. I think they'll just add a lot of sparkle and fun to this top. Like, look how gorgeous those are. We gotta put the other one in. I just love earrings. I think they really just change a whole outfit. Let's do my hair, and there we have it. A full face of E.L.F. Cosmetics. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video.